So, John, maybe we can kick things off by you sharing a little bit about your background and experience with your practice.
Sure. I'm a real estate lawyer, do some corporate transactional work, but primarily real estate, an awful lot of leasing. I do a ton of office and retail, government leasing, representing both landlords and tenants in this market and throughout the country.
So, from your experience with doing real estate and in particular commercial leasing, you've got experience knowing and understanding the local commercial real estate market and also the national market.
Right.
So there's been a lot going on there. Maybe you can talk a little bit about what we've seen over maybe the last year or two.
Well, obviously COVID was a huge game changer as far as the office market. Technology allowed people to work remotely. Employees enjoyed that freedom. We're still sort of seeing how that shakes out as far as the new normal. More and more employers are trying to push their employees to come back to the office with varying degrees of success. So we'll see how that shakes out. But that's a big factor as far as when companies decide how much square foot they need on their next space. More and more companies are taking less square feet when they sign their new lease, which I'm sure we'll talk about this, but this affects the vacancy rate. And right now, DC is about 23% vacancy rate, which is historically really high.
So on top of the 23% vacancy rate, you've also got people that are working remotely. So the actual usage of the space is much lower than it used to be.
Right, and that affects other things such as restaurants on the first floor, retail space down the street. With so many less workers coming into the office, a lot of other businesses which depended on that foot traffic are suffering.
So on top of that, we've had significant inflation, supply chain disruptions, change of construction costs, and finally, some pretty radical changes in the interest rate environment over the last couple of years as well. How have those affected the commercial real estate valuations over the last year or so?
Not in a good way. Office buildings are looking at huge write-downs, 30%. I mean, it depends on the market and the property. That's a big challenge. These buildings are almost always financed with high leverage, with certain loan-to-value covenants. So if their loan is coming up for renewal this year or next, they're going to be underwater most likely. Back in the Great Recession, landlords were in default. And what they often did back then was extend and pretend. Just extend the loan, buy some more time. And back then it kind of worked out. Giving a 2-3 year extension at interest-only payments gave the landlords time to let the economy recover. Now, it seems though that banks are going to be less likely to do that, more likely to exercise the remedies, which could mean foreclosure, could mean a workout, could mean a deed in lieu of foreclosure. But that's going to be the story to follow the next couple of years.